Sorry that's taking so long for the next video, but I needed to get some raw materials. Those will be here Monday and Wednesday. And I also need to get a piece of equipment. It's right behind the camera. Ready? It is a roller press and shear. So this thing is 321 pounds. Now that I've got it, going to put it on a little rolling cart so I can move it around, and then yeah, a couple seconds for you guys, but a couple days for me. I'm gonna have more raw material. So watch me build this little table, and we'll get back to the plane build. Okay, sorry, but forgot to drill the holes for the wheels. Each one of these wheels can hold 300 pounds. I don't know if my weld can hold 300 pounds, but we'll find out. Cart is up. Whew. Now back for some more plane building. Okay, I'm going to start making the main spar spacer bars. So one of the things I was waiting for over the past couple weeks was this. This is 1/4 inch 60-61, and it will be cut to length and fit in between the two cap strips. So that's the plan. Mark these up, start cutting on the bandsaw tomorrow. I just used my new brake to cut my ruler down so that it fits perfectly in between. And I used my belt sander right down here to sand it down. So now I got a ruler that fits. I'm gonna start cutting these strips to length. Don't worry, hopefully by next video I'll have new lighting for the garage so you guys can see what's going on. I shave this down, so now it is in between, pretty snug fit. A little bit of wiggle room, but it's just a spacer. So I actually put you guys up on my hat. Alright, so these were all 1/8 inch aluminum. So it's single cap strip, single cap strip. We're going to the doubles for these. So this calls for the 1/4 inch right here. So that's what we're going to be working with now. And that applies until we get to about right there. And then we got a couple more spacers. Side spacers all done. One's missing. I'll do that last. That has to. There's a piece. So, because of the way that the support comes across from the fuselage, which will be down there, the strut comes across like this, and so that rib will actually be cut in half slightly by that bar. Now I gotta do the same thing for the other side. So in some cases, there are 2 cap strips right here and 1 right here, which means I have to use 2 1/8 inch pieces. One for the bottom portion and then another on top to go to the other end of the cap strip. the spacers for the left wing are done. So as I was explaining earlier, 2 cap strips, 1 cap strip, so I actually labeled this as 3 short front, meaning it's the 3rd spacer, and it's a short one on the front, so a 3rd spacer, short one on the front, and then the long one, which goes right over it, 3rd, and you see how it lines up nicely at the bottom. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm going to call it a night, and then tomorrow it's time for the right wing and do the exact same thing. Sweet. Gonna let the garage heat up. We got the space heater going, and then it's time to do the 2nd wing spar. Move my saw over, give me a little bit more space, and should be about 2 hours of cutting again. Spacers are done, I'm going to start drilling the 5 holes that go into each one of these. So on the center line, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I drill the holes for the spacers, that'll pretty much be it for this video. Then I have to make rib stiffener material and the rib attach material. So that'll most likely be in the next video. So now I'm going to mark each one of these spacers 2 7/8 up. That's the midpoint. Do that for each one, and then start drilling. I'll do the center hole of each on the drill press, center punch this piece, and then clamp the other side down so that I can do a match hole through the center. From there it'll get pretty good together, and I'll be able to drill the remaining 5 holes so that they actually line up with each other. Look at that. Right through the center. Pick that up. Deburring and we're good to go. Okay, I just put the spar up on these blocks, which are supported by the seat clamps, or whatever these clamps are called. Now I've got the rear spacer, so all the holes are drilled. There's a hole right there, hole right there. I matched up the center line on the back, so one rear right. All these have little center line marks. I'm gonna mark them, and I'm gonna drill them on the drill press. And that will make sure that the center points are all correct. Then I can start match drilling all 5 holes. Okay. Deburred. Lined up. There we go. Perfect. Now do that 12 more times and then repeat the whole thing on that side. So time lapse. All the spacers are center drilled. And call it quits for today. Tomorrow, which will be a couple seconds for you, I will start drilling the other 4 holes there and there, etc. And then link it up so that they match here. Another day, we're going to match drill the holes on the spacers. So, as an example, spacer 7, spacer 7. Now line them up, make sure the holes line up, clamp them together, and then drill, 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 drill. Get those 5 holes all lined up, and then I will transfer the holes with by clamping this in place and drilling through the existing hole, through the spar web. That's the test for tonight. Probably will only get through one of them because one of the spars, because there are 4 per spacer, and it's about ½ inch of material that I'm going to be drilling through, so it's going to take some time. So you'll get a time lapse over the next 2 days, and that'll be it for this video. filings came from all the spacers. So all the spacers are now cut to length, drilled, front and back. And the last step of this video will be to drill through the spar at each one of these locations. So right now there's nothing. You kind of see yourself, and they're going to be pass-throughs. And then we're going to be done with part 6. Gonna drill all these little holes through the spar web so that it'll be ready for riveting. Gonna do that 23 more times, so you get the time lapse. Drilled. Slide that over and there you go. Got the 5 holes. That's it for this one. Next up, we're going to take this .025 sheet of aluminum and start making rib stiffeners for my ribs. At least the .025 ones. The .032 ones, I need to order some more material, but this will preoccupy me for quite some time. See you in about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. It shouldn't take that long to get the material. I think I can afford it for this month. Sweet, thanks for riding along.